So first question I'd like to know is, or I ask you anyway, is how has gun violence impacted yourself and or your family?
Well, I grew up in South Central LA in the projects, so what people see now as an issue was normal to us. People carry guns because we had to protect ourselves. Do I think now that I'm older that was okay? Mm-mm. So when I hear about the young kids shooting and killing each other, it's sad that it's going on. I think that it's unfortunate that we have not found a way to keep the guns out of kids' hands. I think that all these meetings that I sit on almost every other day, several times a month around gun violence does not get to the root of the matter. Um, I think that the community within itself, the people that lives in the community, people who were born and raised here, I think that's a issue for them to solve.
So you mentioned the University of Illinois and their accountability. They should be held accountable.
They should,
In what ways do you mean that they should be held accountable?
because they have resources and they have money. And you know what they do? They place people in the Boys and Girls Club. They place people in other organizations so they can get their thesis done or get the experience they need so they can finish their degree. And instead of them taking them dollars back and putting it in the community where it really counts, they're not. I feel like the university should take so much of their money and invest their money in all these nonprofit organizations.
So question number one is, why do you think that gun violence is an ongoing problem in the community?
I feel like music played a big role in a lot of gun violence. Music does. Music, it shows people have their guns, they got their drugs. So kids look at that and they think it's cool. So they gravitate towards that more so they can fit in, so they can get the girls, whatever. So I feel like that is one reason why people feel like they need guns.
How can elected officials help?
Funding still, putting their time into our youth. I feel like they want our youth to change so bad, but they're not really putting time into the youth. Funding and being there for them when they need somebody.
What advice do you have for me to like get more people engaged with the project that we're trying to do? Because it's been hard. I've got a lot of activists, older people, but it's just like kids. I don't know.
You're helping the next generation. You're trying to stop. You're trying to stop the cause before it gets bigger. Definitely in Champaign. Champaign is evolving. By you doing this, by us doing this right now, we're helping that next generation so they can have their fun, so they can play their sports. And they don't have to worry about guns, and they don't have to worry about things like that.